Hey everybody, Max and Monty 15 and 16 here, back again with another Thomas Wooden Railway review. So this is going to be a bit of a different review. I'm going to just review all of the normal versions of Thomas I've got. So yeah, let's just go ahead and dive in. So starting with the first model of Thomas, introduced in 1992. This Thomas was just glued together. You can see the seams. Had one of the best faces I've ever seen from a Thomas model in general. I don't know why I love this face so much, but I do. It's got flat magnets, staples, and very thin wheels. It's also got a wooden smoke box and wooden funnel, which is something I really like. And yeah, so I've already done a separate review on the 1992 Thomas. It's got nothing, it's smooth on the bottom, and staples, as I already said before, no name on the bottom or anything, and this little cut or dip in the footplate area. So I've already done a separate review on this. Go check it out if you haven't already. It's one of my most popular videos, so it should be easy to find. It's also got no stripes and a thin boiler, and this is probably my prized possession of my Thomas Wooden Railway collection. So next up, the changed model. This came out in 1995. We got a plastic smoke box, an updated face, which doesn't look as good as the original in my opinion, but it really did maintain the original shape and everything. It's still got the ledge. Both of them have the ledge on the back. The details became a little bit smaller and a little bit more noticeable, and a lighter shade of blue was brought in. So here is the 1995 Thomas, which has a plastic funnel and everything. And then in 2002, when they revamped the line, here is the 2002 Thomas. Now, I got this at a consignment store, so it's got the original owner's name on the back of it. And it became taller, the proportions got worse, the dome is smaller, it's got no hole in the funnel, which is something they did for a while then, like a year or something. The face was a little bit bigger than what was to come before it, and the boiler was a little bit taller than the smoke box, as you can see right here, as I'm running my finger over it. The details pretty much stayed the same, except they got a little bit more chunky with the proportion of the Thomas. Because, you know, when HIT bought it and they wanted to make Thomas their own and everything, and so that was just a disaster of a Thomas model. Here's the 2003 version. This Thomas is a little bit nicer. The face became a little bit smaller and a little bit less creepy. We gained a more bold yellow around the cab detail. The details have just stayed the same, except the one has become a little bit bigger and more noticeable. He's also got stripes on the boiler now, which they still didn't do anything over the dome. Don't know why. I mean, it was kind of easy to do. Notice that none of these Thomas models have cab windows. That's something that's always bugged me. Not really sure why. But, yeah, there's not really many changes to the 2002 model. It's basically the same model, just with and without stripes. And, the dome is made out of plastic and no longer wood in 2002. Then, this Thomas stayed the same for a long time until 2011, we enter Tomy. Learning Curve started off these horrible CGI faces that were trying to resemble nitrogen at the time, and they failed horribly. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest. For a while, I didn't have this model of Thomas because it was pretty rare. Then I got the oil version, and then I recently got this one in the Thomas's Tall Friend 3-pack. I did a review on it, but never uploaded it. Tell me if you guys still want me to release it or not. But this is basically just the same model except for the face, and it has Learning Curve brands incorporated, which this model was made by Tomy, which I never really understood. So yeah, that was horrible. We had that for 2 years, and then enter 2013 Mattel. So Tomy sold the line to Mattel, and we got this CGI Thomas. The detailing became a little bit more crisply applied, another lighter shade of blue. The model still stayed the same. The faces got way better in my opinion. This is another really good Thomas face. Not as good as the 1992 one, but still really good considering the CGI face and having to model that in real plastic and stuff like that. So I think they did a pretty good job there. Yeah, pretty much the details have all stayed the same. Really the most major changes were just the faces on these previous models. Then we have this Thomas, which was downsized a little bit. As you guys can see right there, there's a little bit of a size difference. I don't know if it's coming up on camera. The production quality became a little bit cheaper. They used this new plastic for a taller dome and everything. However, the proportions got better, the smoke box was smaller, and the faces got smaller. A lot of people hated this change, and I will admit I did too. A lot of these 2017 downsized models look horrible. Thomas is one of those exceptions though. Maybe the only exceptions are Thomas, Edward, Victor, and Lily. And then all the other ones just look terrible. This is the only 2017 model I own. But yeah, you can obviously see that the printing detail got a little bit cheaper. There's already some scratches here and stuff like that. And I only got this for Christmas of 2017. And it's got this little black smudge right there on the foot plate. But I don't want to rag on this model that much, because it's still pretty good. 2018, enter Wood. So, if I talk about Wood anymore on this channel, I'll probably get killed by my fan base, because I've had a really bad history with Wood on my channel. But I'm just going to go through some of the changes. So, obviously, bare wood. The production quality, I think, is a little bit higher than the one on the 2017 Thomas. The face is amazing. I'm just going to say, if there's one thing that Wood did right, it's the faces. These things look great, with the little speck in the eye, just to the eyebrows, to the proportioned smile. Looks really nice. We also finally get a molded wheel arch, which is something that no one has actually pointed out, which is actually something pretty good. The shade of blue is pretty nice. There's obviously no detailing on the back of the chassis. The name has now become engraved in the wood instead of being painted on in previous models. But for talking about like 8 different models of Thomas in 7 minutes, I told you guys this would be a bit of a different review, going through like the different models of Thomas through the years. But that is pretty much it for this mega review on all the different Thomases. So thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day. Max and Monty 15 and 16 signing out.